Hey there, I'm Takarei. Thanks for visiting. So, me and my friend, we just got back from another adventure, but that's not important. What is important? What is important is I'm looking to pick a fight on the internets. My gosh, no! Picking a fight on the internets. That's scarier than a Dalek extermination, a Borg assimilation, or a Karok hunting party. Who are the Karok? You don't know about them. They're nasty bastards, but, there's a one TJ Omega. How you doing there, TJ? I hope you're watching. I hope you get a kick out of these videos. He's a great guy. I've got no business picking a fight with this guy, but I'm going to anyways. Background information. Back in 1996, there was a cartoon show called Beast Wars. Transformers Beast Wars. In which, simplicity's sake, the Autobots and Decepticons, they go back in time to prehistoric Earth, and now they're dinosaurs and regular animals and shit. And of course we have Megatron. This is a T-Rexosaurus here. This is the 1996 version. And recently, Hasbro saw fit to give us a complete ground-up redesign remake of this original character. That's important. That's important. So, Mr. TJ Omega, he did a video recently talking about the different versions of Megatron. And he got to the Megatron that turns into a T-Rex. And he talks about how, yeah, they re-released the 96 version and they have the Kingdom Wars version. And he said it was stupid of them to release them at the same time. And I agree with that. It was stupid of them to release these two figures at the same time. I think it's because of brand dilution, you know. You have two T-Rex toys. One's 20 years old. The other's brand new design. Most people are going to go for the brand new design, right? Okay, cool. Well, what Mr. Omega stated is he said that the new one is better than the old one. I just don't agree with that statement. I think you're wrong there, good sir. I think the old stuff holds up incredibly well, and depending on what name is above in the video, I'm going to do a compare and contrast between the different versions, the 1996 version versus the 2020 version. And it's really great that I can do this because Hasbro is going to be doing a lot of re-releases of the old 96 stuff. So let's get this camera turned around and talk about some toys, right? Alright, so on the left here, we have the 1996 Beast Wars Megatron. And on the right here, we have the 2021 Kingdom Wars Megatron. And first, let me get out of the way. They look good together. They look related. It definitely looks like we got a daddy and a younger son. Okay, you know, he does show his age a little bit. They've both got really good molded in detail for the veins and like little mold spots and stuff. You can see on the 96 version, there's these ugly little moles and gunk and stuff all over him. The head sculpt is really cool, nice and veiny and like, really mean looking. Well, that one, he's mean looking too. There's a difference in plastic quality. He's got this really nice, strong 90s durable plastic, and all his plastic, the 2021 is all soft and kind of rubbery, and there's a reason for that, and we'll get into that when we start talking about him a bit more in a second. Let's go ahead and get size comparisons out of the way. We got the soda can right there. Then for action figure collectors, I have here Film Noir Spider-Man using the Bucky Cap body mold. And of course, we've got to get in here the 1996 Optimus Primal Monkey Not Truck. Let's go ahead and... Yeah, you can see there. And the 2021 War of Cybertron? Cybertronian Wars something. Optimus Primal. And these two guys were wave mates. They came out at the same time back in 1996, and they came out at more or less the same time when they re-released in 2021. These guys did not release in the same mold, in the same wave, which is really weird. And that's how you get him to stand on the concave freaking table there. And nobody's going to understand that except for me, and it's going to stay that way. So, a little bit more in detail directly with these guys. I want to point out that they've got very little robot kibble showing. Really, the only robot kibble you got is right underneath there in the crotch area. Same thing with the Kingdom Wars version. It's right up inside there where you see the robot stuff, but who's going to spend their time looking at Dino Crotch, really? So, Dino mode, they both look good. This one is more sturdy. This one's more, beat him up, knock him around. He's got a lot more posability, but he's got the rubbery, weird, bendy plates, and he's got all these panel lines and all these gaps and ugliness. He's smooth and all in one place. Yeah, okay. So let's go ahead and get down to transformation on this guy. One thing you gotta like about 96 Transformers, their transformations were really simple, and he can actually transform almost exactly the way he did in the cartoon. How so? Well, first we're gonna pull out these hip panels here. We're gonna drop those down like that. Then we're gonna crack him up at his back. Loosen the tail. Yeah, you might as well just activate that gimmick, get that out of the way for right now. Spoiler. He's gonna stand up on the hips. The knees are gonna spin around. Then this torso here, we got this joint up inside there. It's gonna twist around there, and that's actually screwed on outside here. Flip out the head. We've got these purple little tabs. We're going to go up inside here, and these little things here have their own little tabs to go into. So let's go and... It's easier to transform when you're not having to reach around a camera. Oh. Push that piece a bit too hard. There we go. Pull those down, and he's transformed. It seems more complicated than it is. But yeah, that is 96 Megatron in his robot mode, and I'm going to have to fight with that arm. Get my hand out of the way so you guys can get a good look at him, right? Keep on feeling like he wants to fall backwards on me. There we go. You can see that really the only new detail is his robot mode chest and the thighs there. He's got some nice molded in venting details. The '96 Japanese release did paint a lot of that up. Let me try and look at his back. He's not very screen accurate to the show, but he's still a good looking robot. Articulation wise, well, first let's discuss one of his gimmicks. He's got this battle mask thing going on here, which is kind of this weird looking dragon knight thing going on, and you probably can't see it, but there's a hole there that goes through his eye. And he really only has neck articulation with the helmet closed. Once you open it up, we get to see the beautiful Megatron mug there. But now you can't really move his head at all. It sucks. Other gimmicks. He's got his, there we go. Dino head opens and closes for some chomping action. And there's a squirt gun inside of there. But unfortunately, it doesn't work. I don't know why it doesn't work. Maybe I've got a bum one. Maybe they pulled a part out for the re-release, so it doesn't work anymore. But yeah, oh well. And he's got the weird claw grabby thing that I can never get to work with any consistency. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold that back up and lock that away. And then down here, for his last gimmick, he's got these spring-loaded missile launchers that fire off these little hook missiles. Now, unfortunately, all these gimmicks tend to clash, and they make his articulation less than what it could be. He's got all this weight and stuff going on with him. He's articulation's good. He's got the head, but you know it's hindered because of the battle mask. He's got a nice waist joint. He's got heavy ratcheted hips going on. He's got an above the knee swivel, got an at the knee hinge. He's got toe articulation, heel articulation. This entire leg design is still used in modern day Transformers. Then up at his arms, he's got full 360 at the shoulder. He's got a 90-degree elbow, and then he's got an under the elbow swivel, and then a little hinge here in the arm. But his arm is bulky, and the joints are tight, so it's hard to get him into any decent poses. Mainly because I'm having to reach over a damn camera right now. No, okay. Yeah, okay. The tail arm has all the same articulation as the other one. So the articulation's there. It just kind of beats in on itself a little bit. But you can still get him into some really good poses, especially for a '96 figure. Yeah. So let's go ahead and talk about the 2021 version. I don't think I've done a close-up on his body texture, but he's got a lot of good texture in there. Skin stuff, not so much veiny, more leathery. Again, he's got that weird rubbery bits going on there, and you can see that some of these pieces are outright. Probably can't see it at the good camera angle. Here we go. Some of these pieces are outright bendable. And back here on the tail, I've been transforming them back and forth so much that his panels are warping and bending out of place and stuff, which is kind of ugly. So, you know, my same complaint about, you know, he's got all the gappy panels is still there, but his posability is really nice because you can get him nice and low to the ground and get him, you know, in a really good prowling. That's the Jacko pose, ain't it? His Head's nice and posable, side-to-side swivel. His mouth opens up. There's a 5mm port inside. If you're so inclined, you can take one of these siege effect parts and have them blasting off at the mouth, which is kind of cool. He's got ball jointed shoulders there, so you can get his arms up and close, get them out and wide. That's really cool. Transformation. Oh, goodness. Transformation. I almost want to just take them back here, do them, and put them out front, because, okay, I'm going to try and transform him like he would transform in the cartoon. Let's go close his mouth. I'm going to fold his arms back like that, and then we're going to take these big old hip panels, which are on these swivel slider joints, which we'll get a closer look in a second. Pull it up on there, pull there, pull this entire back part away and mount it up there. Now, with the 96 one, he split along the back, but with this one, he splits right down his chest, exposing all his robot stuff. Let's take this and fold that underneath here. Hey, TJ, got another inappropriate transformer for you. Let's bring him around. Now, I really don't like these hips. There's a slider joint in here that I need. Oh, well, okay. These hips right here. We got this little clip here. Need to unconnect that. Turn them around at the swivel point inside here. Let's go ahead and bring his head out. Hinge him up. So there's like a double hinge joint going on here. This big old square block is going to come down on top of this. Right there. Then we're going to take these hips that are on these multiple hinges. Of course, untransform them in the process. Bring all these hinges together. Don't know how well that was seen, but yeah. And there's that. Straighten his legs out, straighten his arms out. Now we gotta take care of his backpack. And fold. No, don't leave those panels up, because you're gonna leave these panels up, because you're gonna take these panels and fold them in on their double hinge. Oh, you can fold those in. That's why I don't like this guy. There we go. Come on. There we go. He's a fiddly boy. We're going to take these, spin those up. Let's go ahead and transform his claw. You got to be careful here and make sure to push that panel in like that so that they don't fold in on each other. Because again, you gotta remember, all these panels are nice and rubbery. And I'm just gonna leave that one there like that. Alright. Again, the new detail is what you see. The chest is painted a lot better than the 96 version. The legs are detailed in better. Turn him around. He's got A lot more accurate backpack. I don't recall if these went up like that or if they went down like that. But I'm going to go ahead and have them like that. Instead of hip missile launchers, he's got these little gun things going on here. And something that's nice about the 2021 version is that there are no loose gimmicks. But there are options for gimmicks. Crossplay is always nice. On the inside of his hand here, you can see he's got a 5mm port for his hand. So we can give him a badass sword. And the port over here is still open. So he can use that. Which is something he did do in the show quite often, which is really cool. Again, no gimmicks, but the articulation. The articulation's where it's at with this guy. He's got a nice swivel on the neck. His head transformation joint lets him look up and down, up and down. He's got a 360 on both shoulders. The dino head shoulder actually has a bit of a butterfly joint. That's the term I'm looking for. So you can have him turn the whole arm inwards just a little bit more. There's a swivel 90 degree. There's a swivel there. There's a hinge there. There's a hinge there. The other arm's a lot more simpler. There's no butterfly joint, but it's got the 360 swivel. It's got the shoulder joint. It's got the swivel. It's got an elbow joint. Nice. More than 90 degree, actually. 90 degree plus backwards, which is really cool. No wrist swivel, which is no problem. And he's got the cool claw going on here. And if you pose this panel correctly, you have a, expanded tail shield thing going on here, the dino mode is very screen accurate. The robot mode is very screen accurate. He's got a really nice waist joint. He's got the nice universal jointed hips. He's got a swivel above the knee. He's got a hinge at the knee. He's got an ankle tilt. He's got back and forth. The rockers going on. This guy, he can get the poses. And I want to compare here. Put your arm down here, please. You can see that the inside of their hips are actually the same design. Universal above the knee joint. This one looks a lot better because it's a solid piece. It's all wrapped around. He's got the big old open hole gaps. But overall, it's the same articulation design in the knees. Let me go ahead and straighten these boys up. And then I'll bring back in the size comparisons and give some final thoughts before I wrap this all up. So let's have a 96 prime up over here. We can bring in the 2021 primal. And we got the Bucky Cap mold and this soda can. Yeah, so again, the respective figures do look good side by side. 96 Primal looks good alongside Megatron, and the even though they didn't release in the same wave, these guys look pretty good together. Because even in the cartoon, he was shorter than Megatron, which was always funny. "20-year-old engineering, durable, resilient, easy to transform, bunch of fun gimmicks. 2021 engineering, rubberized parts, complicated transformation that's really annoying and frustrating, and I'm scared of those hips where you gotta accordion them all together. Screen accurate, very posable, not very fun. They're both good toys. What do you want? Do you want a fun toy, or do you want a good display piece? Honestly, if you can afford them, get both. If you can't, there's your choices. Awesome toy or good display piece. Of course, let's not even talk about Masterpiece Megatron, who is currently going at $712. I'll admit, this guy is way and above better than either of these two combined. But there's no way in heck I'm paying $700 for a Transformer. He was $50. He was $50. For a while, he was actually down around $20 on discount. They're trying to get rid of him at Walmart. Yeah. So this has been takarei, and I'm going to keep doing more videos about comparing Beast Wars figures to the new and the old, and I hope you guys visit me again. Good night.